Straight ahead on the Valley today, a robber is on the loose after pulling a gun at a Fargo gas station, and he might be the guy behind two other holdups just the day before.
Plus, take it easy on Main Avenue near I-29. Sweltering heat messed up the concrete. Take a look, and things could get worse there and other places again today.
And friends are gathering to remember a young Fargo man and to bring awareness to suicide prevention. But first, we're following some breaking news this morning. An early morning fire has claimed the life of a family pet in Horace. Firefighters rushed to the scene just before 3 this morning to a home in Horace between Horace and Oxbow along 175th Avenue.
Cass County deputies tell Valley News Live 2 people were able to make it out of the home safely, but their pet died in the fire. The house has significant damage to the kitchen and upper level. No word yet on the cause. Fargo police are scrambling to find a man considered armed and dangerous after a robbery at a Fargo gas station. Now, here's who they're looking for. 21-year-old Hunter Havisto is believed to be the guy who held up the M&H gas station on Main Avenue in Fargo right around 4 yesterday afternoon. He was last seen wearing a dark hoodie with khaki pants and a patterned bandana. Police say he pointed a handgun at the M&H employee and got away with cash.
Officers then set up perimeters around a South Fargo neighborhood a couple of times the other day, hoping to find Havisto, but so far they haven't caught him. They've been searching backyards, knocking on doors. One woman living along 25th Street South says she was out working in her garden yesterday when a kid raced down an alley on a bike, jumped off and then took off running. Then she saw police with their guns drawn and canine units out and was told by officers to get back inside.
And again, police say the suspect should be considered dangerous. If you see him, do not approach him. Call 911 right away with his location, direction of travel, and any other information that you think could help police find him.
And adding to this story, the M&H holdup was the third such incident within 24 hours in Fargo. Dispatch reports indicate there was an attempted robbery just after 7 p.m. Tuesday in the 4700 block of 13th Avenue South, and then a robbery involving a gun about 45 minutes later. That one, the 2900 block, also along 13th Avenue South. No indication if police consider those robberies connected. Traffic, it's moving pretty slow along Main Avenue at the I-29 overpass in Fargo. Our extreme heat, it's to blame. What started out as a little break, now look at that. It's about a foot deep and it's even spread onto the sidewalk.
The North Dakota DOT district engineer tells us they're going to try and hold it together, but they've reduced the speed limit in that area.
We'll be able to open all the lanes, but it isn't going to be a perfect road. As you can see, even by the sidewalk here, we got some huge movement.
Now, the engineer says in his more than 2 decades on the job, this is the worst road buckling he's ever seen. He says while crews were making repairs, they actually watched the concrete heave 4 more inches in just 20 minutes.
And that heat, well, it's not really going anywhere. 68 degrees already at this hour, 6:52 and already at that temperature. Nathan, I would really appreciate some cooler weather out there.
I will get some cooler weather for you, Jordan, tomorrow. It may not be as cool as your liking for flannels and campfires, but it'll still be a little bit cooler at least than it will be today. But look at this right now, some fog there. Our Devil's Lake Home of Economy Skycam showing those reduced visibilities, and most of those reduced visibilities are in the Devil's Lake Basin at this hour. Areas like Langdon, 3/4 mile visibility, also 3/4 mile visibility there in Devil's Lake, 1/4 mile visibility there in Rolla. So most of that fog is focused in Devil's Lake Basin. I do expect that to lift around 9 a.m. or so on this Thursday morning. Satellite radar still shows some activity there exiting Otter Tail County near the Ashby area. Just got a recent rumble of thunder there and some heavier rainfall moving through the Ashby area and some lighter rain there in the Parker's Prairie area at this time. And then near North Germany, just some light rain there, as well as some more light rain there just outside New York Mills this Thursday morning. Temperatures, as you said, Jordan, already warm. 68 degrees there in Fargo, 79 already in Sisseton. Lower 60s up toward the north where that fog is keeping temperatures a bit cooler, but this is just setting the stage for a hot day in store for us. And dew point temperatures in the 60s, a humid day in store as well. So with the heat, the humidity, heat advisory for Cass and Clay counties, and points southward until 7 p.m. tonight. Heat index values approaching 100 degrees there in those shaded counties. A enhanced risk of severe weather in western and central North Dakota. That's a level 3 out of 5 on the severe weather risk scale. Numerous severe storms are expected in this area, and some of those could also stay severe or even strong to severe into our neck of the woods here in the Red River Valley. through this evening. The hour by hour shows things staying fairly quiet for us for the rest of this morning. After that fog or those clouds lift, sunshine there for the lunchtime hour. Temperatures in the 90s already by 3 o'clock. Could be a pop-up shower or storm there in a southern valley with the heat and humidity. Some of those could have some hail or some wind with them. And with the heat and humidity, just going to be a hot one there. Dangerously hot in the southern valley. Though I do expect some sunshine and clear sky for us later on tonight. It's not till late tonight. You see 1:30 a.m. We'll watch some of those storms moving in from the west, and some of those, of course, could be strong to possibly severe. But I do expect the chance of severe storms to really dwindle as we head into the early morning hours on our Friday. Jordan, there's that temperature for tomorrow. Lower 80s for those highs, and we stay in the 80s with high pressure for Saturday and Sunday. But Jordan, unfortunately, back to those lower 90s next week.
Was that a personalized forecast for Jordan?
I really think it was. I appreciate it very much.
Jordan, here 80 on this day, but 90 on this day.
I think a lot of other people feel that way too, okay?
For
I'm right there
all
with you.
people who feel like Jordan.
Me and Jordan.
Okay,
Yes, I
there
think
you
a
go.
lot of us are sick of this really hot weather. All right, Nathan, thank you this morning.
It's now 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. A 15-year-old Davies High School student that took his own life last February is being remembered with a baseball tournament this weekend.
Organizers are hoping this will prompt more families to have the uncomfortable conversation about suicide and suicide prevention. And the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod, he joins us live this morning with a preview of that tournament and why it's being held. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. 28 teams have already signed up across North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota to take part in this baseball tournament, like you just mentioned, for suicide prevention. This is going to be for the inaugural Liam G. Med baseball tournament, and that's going to be right here at the Thorson Baseball Complex where I am right now. Proceeds go to the 463 Foundation. This is a Dakota Medical Foundation created to reduce stigma, build hope, and end teen suicide. Fargo youth baseball players will wear custom jerseys in the days leading up to the tournament, displaying the message, "You are not alone."
It's just being there for one another and being an outlet for someone to talk to and open up to, and the more that people realize that they are not alone, it's just good for your mental health.
The games begin at 9 in the morning on Friday. Admission is $10 for the entire tournament. Messages from Liam's parents and a Sanford pediatric traumatic stress specialist will start at 7 o'clock that same night on Friday, and Liam's former team will be in a featured game starting at 8 at night again on Friday. Those that are not playing but attending can still help by putting money in their donation box. That's going to be right here at the baseball field. The tournament is going to go from tomorrow all the way through Sunday.
Again, an important conversation to have, and if you are considering suicide or think someone in your life might be, we do have the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number on your screen right now, it is free to call, so please give them a call if you think someone needs help.
Brian, thank you for that report. Brian Sherrod reporting live.
Emotions, they ran high as the community deals with the senseless murder of 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson. She was killed last Friday morning while skateboarding. While her family and the community grieve her death, a part of her will live on.
People gathered outside Sanford Hospital as her family raised the organ donation flag. Her mother spoke on what it means to her to see her daughter continue to help others.
It means the world to me that part of her is going to be out in the world saving lives, and to be able to share that with somebody, to be able to help somebody, she would have loved that, she would have wanted that, and so her wishes are also my wishes.
A walk of honor is being planned for Jupiter at Sanford Health, as well as a public memorial service. Nearly 1,000 people have now donated to the family's GoFundMe page. A North Dakota woman is facing DUI charges after a crash in a construction zone on the I-94 I-29 tri-level in Fargo. State troopers say 34-year-old Vanessa Vondal of Newtown failed to yield on the loop to I-94 and then hit a truck that was pulling a flatbed trailer.
No one was hurt, but traffic was backed up along I-94 for quite some time as first responders worked on that crash area. It was right around 7 o'clock at night. Vondal was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs. 2 people are dead and 2 others seriously hurt after a dump truck and an ambulance crashed near Grand Rapids, Minnesota. 2 people in the ambulance died. The drivers of both vehicles were taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
The crash happened at the same intersection where a Minnesota DNR officer was killed 2 weeks ago. Red River Valley small businesses, they continue to struggle to find people to work. Moorhead's Italian restaurant Altoni's is short-staffed. They have just 4 employees. 2 of them are part-time.
The owner says he is desperate to find people that will show up to work. Right now he's working from 8 to 8 just to keep the restaurant afloat.
Just desperate for help, you know. I like to have time off too, and I've just been working from sunup to sundown every day.
The owner says if they can't find more employees soon, they will be forced to change their hours and close on certain days in order to give their employees just a break.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. 14% of parents have almost wrecked the car while doing this.
The answer, disciplining the kids. And Lisa, you probably think, how only 14%?
Right, that's very low. It reminded me of the don't make me pull this car over.
Yeah, or I will make you walk home.
That's something that all dads say, I think.
Yes, still to this day, I bet, yeah. The Today Show and CBS This Morning is just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CW, including that forecast showing when we might expect a bit of a cool down. We'll see you on the CW.